Namaste, Shubhodaya, and good morning. A very warm welcome to everyone for the grand finale of the 5th edition of Global Festival of Oneness. This is Nitin Sridhar, Chief Curator of the festival, and I will be host for the session. Let me begin with the prayer. Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Sri Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Sarvamangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trayambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shrutismriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavadpadam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Once again, a very warm welcome to today's concluding session of the 5th Global Festival of Oneness. No words can truly capture the greatness and the glory of Adi Shankara Bhagavadpadacharya. His intellect was unparalleled. His philosophical and literary contributions were exceptional. His devotion singular. His compassion towards all of us knew no bounds. He was a Jnani, Yogi, Bhakta, Bhashyakara, Acharya, Sadguru, and a civilization builder all at the same time. We have been immersing ourselves over the last 30 days since the Shankara Jayanti, listening to different Acharyas, Sannyasins, Swamijis, speakers, scholars on Shankara Bhagavadpadacharya's life, legacy, and most importantly, his philosophical teachings, his spiritual teachings of Advaita Vedanta. We all have been immersing ourselves in this satsanga for the last 30 days, and now it is time to do our grand finale for this wonderful festival. I request my senior colleague and a great scholar himself, Dr. Nagaraj Paturiji, who is also currently the Dean of Indica, to deliver the welcome address reflecting upon the last 30 days of the festival and welcoming you all to this grand finale. Sir, please go ahead.
Namaste. Maunavyakhya prakatita parabrahma tattvam yuvanam varshishthante vachadrushi ganairaavrutam brahmanishthaihi acharyendram karakalita chinmudramanandamurtim swatma ramam udita vadanam dakshinamurtimide Gurave sarvalokanam bhishaje bhavaroginam nidhaye sarvavidyanam dakshinamurtaye namaha Vidita shastra sudha jalade mahitopanishad kadhitartha nidhe Hridaye kalaye vimalam charanam bhava shankara deshikame sharanam. We started the Global Festival of Oneness with the first festival, which was a physical offline festival at Chinmaya University campus at Vellayanadu, which is also incidentally the place where the mother's place of mother of Shankaracharya is located. Mana, where Shankaracharya's birth happened, is located in that place. And the contemporary modern propagator of the Shankara tradition, Swami Chinmaya's place also. We started there, and then we continued the festivals for the last remaining 4 festivals online. As you all know, the situation changed and we had to shift to online mode of festival. When we use the word festival, we are actually celebrating the great contributor to the global knowledge systems, global cultural leadership models, global pedagogical models from India in the form of Adi Shankara, Jagadguru Adi Shankara. When we celebrate in the form of a festival, we actually do the upasana of such a great personality. When I was young, one of my batchmates in the college, undergrad college, was asking me this question: is this concept of upasana of a person possible? We do upasana of a devata, we do upasana using a particular mantra for which we have upadesha from the guru and so on, but you keep using the word upasana of a person. Is it conceptually possible? Recently, a few years ago, I was attending a talk by a Sthapati in the lineage of Ganapati Sthapati. He was telling me that when we are asked to create a sculpture of a person or personality, we ask the party which commissions us to sculpt the sculpture not to give any photograph of the person. We don't create replicas of the photographic image of the person. What we ask for is the description of qualities of the person. And our Guru guided us to meditate on the qualities of the person. While meditating on the qualities of the person, we get an image of that personality. What we create as a sculpture is the image that comes to us while meditating on the personality of the person, is what he was saying. So the answer to my young days question, my friend's question, I thought was best answered by this Thapati, that what we are doing in the form of upasana of the person is the emulation and inculcation and imbibing of, or the meditation on, or getting absorbed into the qualities of the personality. For the last 1 month, various intellectuals, scholars, Swamijis, Swaminis, helped us in various ways in meditating upon that great personality. So they were contributing to our own upasana. While writing Mahabhagavata, the Telugu author Potana says that he was writing Mahabhagavata for his own moksha. This is a template used by many bhakta authors. They say that they are composing the work for their own moksha. But we, the readers of Potana's Bhagavatam or any other such work, we never say, oh, he composed it for his own moksha and we are reading it. The work that is done for his moksha. We read it for our own moksha. So, even the speakers, the personalities, the intellectuals, the Swamijis, the Swaminis, who participated in the festival for the last 1 month during the morning and the evening sessions, were also doing upasana, meditating on the great personality of Adi Shankara Bhagavadpada. In the process, they were helping us to do that upasana. We were all participating in that upasana. There is no day when we actually do not do that. There is no day or time in a day when we do not do the upasana of our Jagadguru Adi Shankara. But festival is a time when we gather together to do that through interaction with each other. All these great personalities who gave their talks during the last 1 month, they contributed to that interactive, collective participation in the upasana of Shankara Bhagavadpada from us. Today, it is a time when Indic knowledge systems are getting celebrated. So this upasana, spirituality, and all that, that's one side. But we are celebrating the contribution of various knowledge systems of India and their potential to contribute to the global knowledge systems. As part of that, if we celebrate one of the Shastras of Bharat as an Indic knowledge system, Bharatiya knowledge system that can contribute to the global progress in knowledge, Vedanta is one such very, very important Shastra. Today, we talk of various schools of Vedanta, but the very identification of Vedanta as a Shastra was done by Adi Shankara Bhagavadpada. This has to be acknowledged and is getting acknowledged by the Acharyas of the other schools of Vedanta also. And in the process of identifying that there is a Prasthana-traya and that is how the Vedanta Shastra, for any school for that matter, gets established. All such foundational work for this Shastra, Shankara Bhagavadpada laid the foundation of a certain way of thinking and documented the knowledge level of his times into various works of him, whether it is Sutra Bhashya or Gita Bhashya or Upanishad Bhashya. For example, the etymological approach which he frequently follows while dealing with the terminology from various sources like Upanishads, Gitas, Brahma Sutras, shows the zenith of that kind of approach by the time of Adi Shankara. Not just that, there are various other things, like for example, if we see Dakshinamurti Stotra, the very first shloka there reflects psychoanalytical knowledge, knowledge of the unconscious, knowledge of dream. Modern people think that dream analysis is a contribution by psychoanalytical school. But that dream is something that is already there in you, but you see that outside. And that outer projection of what is there already in you, what dream is brought in that shloka as an analogy for the inner experience of the Brahma Padartha and projecting it outside in the form of Jagat. Yatha Nidraya, the word used is there, Yatha. So it is brought as an analogy there. But even what is brought as analogy reflects a level of knowledge about what is dream. In the very next shloka, you have space-time continuum. Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitra Chitri Kritam. That Desha Kala Kalana is happening from Bijasyanta Riva Ankuraha. So there is a seed level existence of the expanded space-time continuum, and there is an undifferentiated state between the two also. Space and time in that Ankura form, sprout form, are undifferentiated from each other. This knowledge in contemporary physics, that there is a continuum of them and there is a stage where they can exist as undifferentiated from each other. All this, when we see that, oh, it is actually it enormous people that Einstein was able to come up with such ideas. And when a student of Vedanta sees that such ideas already have been documented in stotras like Dakshinamurti Stotra, the today's traction that Indic knowledge systems movement is receiving after the government of India has taken it up and it started a division of Indic knowledge systems under Ministry of Education, and there's a lot of activity going on all over the educational institutes. Then if they come to know that nuggets of this kind exist everywhere in all these works, then they would realize that from this they can contribute through the Indic knowledge systems to the global Indic knowledge systems. One of the most misunderstood words of Shankara Bhagavadpada's Vedanta is Maya. Some opponents of Advaita school of Vedanta use the word Mayavadi as a derogatory word also. My father, while writing his commentary to Viveka Chudamani, he made a notes on a small slip on Shankara Bhagavadpada's etymological definition of Maya. After my father passed away, I had to bring that book out, and with an editorial introduction, I had to bring out. And then I found this slip on which he wrote these notes, and I added it in my editorial introduction. In that, what I found is that what was noted by my father was that the word Maya can be derived from mang mane dhatu. And this dhatu has two different kinds of meanings. In the words like pramana, it has got a meaning of knowledge. In words like nirmana, it has got a meaning of doing, creation, making. So, Shankara in Gita Bhashya takes one of the etymologies. In his Gaudapada Karika Bhashya, he takes another of these etymologies. And when he takes the meaning of jnana, knowledge, he says that it is the seed knowledge that is actually coming in the way of experiencing the truth all the time. When you analyze, if we have to take an analogy from modern science, when you analyze and realize that the wall just in front of you is made up of subatomic particles and sub-subatomic particles and their configurations, even the biggest of the scientists, he would not look at that kind of vision of sub-subatomic particles when he faces a wall. And he has to deal with this wall the way it is. What makes him not to have the understanding that is given by his deep knowledge of his subject, not to make him feel it all the time, that knowledge is Maya. Another etymological meaning is the prarambha karma, adi karma, arambha karma, which led to the Brahman get the avarana and become Ishvara, and again Ishvara getting the avarana and become Jiva, Bhosyam Prajayeyu. That at that time, what karma led to all this? That karma is Maya, is another etymology given in Gaudapada Bhashya by Shankara Bhagavadpada. There was a discussion recently in a group of Indological scholars, and they have already come to the conclusion that Shankara Bhagavadpada uses the word Maya, but he never defines it. Then I had to share this with them and tell them that my father noted these two definitions, etymological definitions given by Shankara Bhagavadpada at two different places. The beauty of these two etymological definitions is that they are coming from the sadhaka side they are not coming from the Brahman side. If you are saying that Maya is an avarana, or whether of Brahman or Ishvara, you are standing in the position of Brahman and you are looking at the avarana around you as if you are Brahman. But these two definitions are telling you why you are Baddha now, what is coming in your way. So a sadhaka perspective is given in this. All such beauties can be explored with the help of great gurus, guides that they have been doing for the last 1 month, morning and evening. Today, we have one of the greatest personalities of contemporary India who founded a Veda Vijnana Gurukula in Bengaluru and created, actually this is a great contribution, wonderful second generation, third generation scholars in Shastras with Veda Vijnana. He himself is a tapasvi, a Dakshinamurti Swarupa. I bow down to him, my pranams to him. I request Nitin Sridharji to take this forward from here.
Thank you, Nagaraj, for a very enlightening thoughts that you have shared with all of us. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to share that today we have with us Professor Ramachandra Bhatji as the chief guest of this grand finale. As Nagaraj Paturiji said, a very great scholar who has created generations of scholars. A very warm welcome to you, Acharya. We are very fortunate to have this opportunity to listen to you at this grand finale of the Global Festival of Oneness. Before I request you to speak, I would like to give a brief introduction to all the attendees. Vidwan Dr. Ramachandra Bhat ji is a much accomplished personality in the field of Samskrita, Veda, Vedanta and Yoga. He has masters and a PhD in Sanskritam. He is a Vidwan in Vedanta and Nyaya Darshanas. His specializations include Vedanta, Mimamsa, Prachina Nyaya, Navya Nyaya, Yoga, Karmanushtanam, modern science, and among other things. Acharya is currently the chairman of Veda Vijnana Shodha Samstam Trust in Bengaluru. He previously served as vice chancellor of S. Vyasa University for 6 years. He had also served as principal of Veda Vijnana Gurukulam for 12 years. He firmly believes that Gurukula system of the education is the best to inculcate good value system in young minds and also for physical and mental development. Acharya has published many books in Sanskrita, Kannada and English. He has also received several awards and honors for his contributions, including Bhavabhuti Puraskara by Madhya Pradesh government in 2006, Vidya Varidhi Award by WAPS Technosoft Bangalore in 2003, Swami Gangadhareshwaranandaji Award by Samshodhana Sirsi in 2006, Doctor of Literature Award from Tumkuru University for his thesis titled Veda Vijnana Paramyam, Veda Vijnana Paramyam in 2013. Again, thank you, Acharya, for taking time for this session. Acharya will be delivering his valedictory address on the topic Tattvika Jnana Pramanya Marge Adya Shankariya Yogadanam, the climax of cognitive clarity in modern context and Adya Shankaracharya. So his talk will be in Sanskrita, and after the talk, our Nagaraj Paturiji will be giving a English summary of the talk. Acharya, please go ahead and start the session.
वक्तारमासाद्य यमेव सत्या सरस्वती ब्राह्मबलात् अन्विता भूत् सरस्वती ब्राह्मबलान्विता भूत् निरस्त दुस्तर्क कलंक पंका नमामि नमामि तं शंकरम् अर्चितांघ्रिम्। सम्मशिनः युक्ता अयुक्ताः अलूक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः यथा ते तेषु वर्तेरन् तथा तेषु वर्तेतः तथा तेषु वर्तेथाः एष आदेशः एष उपदेशः एषा वेदोपनिषत् एतदनुशासनम् एवमुपासितव्यम् एवमुचैतदुपास्यम्। इंडिक मोक्ष इंडिका मोक्ष संस्थानस्य वेदान्तपराः साधकाः अन्ये च शुश्रूषवः विशाल भारतम् अभिव्याप्य सर्वे प्रत्युषसि समायाताः ज्ञानसत्रे भागं ऊढुं ते सर्वे दक्षिणामूर्ति प्रसादात् वेदान्तमार्गिणः अनवरत संचाराः भवन्तु इति दक्षिणामूर्तिं प्रार्थयामि। ज्ञानं शक्तिः ज्ञान प्रामाण्य पारम्यम् इति अत्र वक्तव्य विषयांशस्य शीर्षिका। यथामति न्याय्यमाचरितुं यतिष्ये सरल संस्कृत भाषया। ज्ञानं शक्तिः इत्युक्तं मया। भारतीय आर्ष परंपरायां तत्र तत्र ग्रंथेषु विविध शक्तयः निर्दिष्टाः। उत्साहः अपि शक्तिः, प्रभुत्वं शक्तिः, सहचरैः सह मंत्रणं मंत्रशक्तिः इति अभिधीयते। वयं सर्वे ये शास्त्रलोके न्यस्तपादाः प्रवेश सौलभ्यं प्राप्य पथिकाः तेपि जानन्ति ज्ञानशक्तिः इच्छाशक्तिः क्रियाशक्तिः इति शक्तित्रयम्। तत्र ज्ञानशक्तेः पारमेष्ठ्यं सर्वसम्मतम्। भगवान भगवद्गीतायां तु ज्ञानी तु आत्मैव मे मतम् इत्याह। बहवः भवन्ति चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जनाः सुकृतिनो अर्जुन अर्थो जिज्ञासु अर्थार्थी ज्ञानी च इत्याह भगवान्। किन्तु अग्रे ज्ञानो ज्ञानी तु आत्मैव तथैव ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते इत्यभिप्रायः। प्रपद्यते आत्मना सह ऐक्यं विन्दते सः यः ज्ञानवान्। तादृश ज्ञानशक्तेः महत्त्वम् आधुनिके अपि काले बहुभिः वैज्ञानिकैः अपि प्रशंस्यते। किन्तु ज्ञाने परमेष्ठिस्थाने विद्यमानं किं तत्? इन्फर्मेशन् इत्यपि आङ्ग्लभाषायाम् उच्यते, नालेज् इति उच्यते, विस्डम् इति प्रयुज्यते। कश्चन कविः आङ्ग्लभाषा कविः उक्तवान्, वयं रभसेन ज्ञानमार्गे नालेज् मार्गे गच्छन्तः स्मः, न हि इन्फर्मेशन् मार्गे गच्छन्तः स्मः, ज्ञानं नष्टं, नालेज् नष्टम् इति वदति। नालेज् मार्गे वयं यदा साहसपूर्वकं वेगेन गच्छामः तेन व्याजेन विस्डम् नष्टम् इत्यपि वदति। कुत्रचित् ऐन्स्टीन् महाभागः अन्ये केचन भारतीय विचारतः अंशतः प्रभाविताः औपनिषदं ज्ञानं बहुमन्यमानाः अपि औपनिषदं ज्ञानं सर्वश्रेष्ठम् अस्माकं भौतिक अणु रेणु तृण काष्ठ ज्ञानापेक्षया एकं ज्ञानं तादृशमस्ति, थियरी ऑफ एवरीथिंग, तद् किम् इति ज्ञातव्यं चेत् भारतीय ऋषयः एव उपसर्तव्याः सप्रश्रयम् सविनयम् इत्यपि कुत्रचिदाह आल्बर्ट् ऐन्स्टैन्। इत्थञ्च ज्ञानविषये नाना कारणैः अस्मिन्नपि काले ज्ञानं नालेज् सोसैटी इत्यादि पदप्रयोगः वर्तते। तत्सर्वम् अपरस्थानीयम्, इन्फर्मेशन् नालेज् इति आख्यातुं शक्यम्, अभिधातुं शक्यम्। किन्तु वेदान्ततः यत् विज्ञानं तत् संज्ञानम् आज्ञानं प्रज्ञानं विज्ञानम् इति पदचतुष्टयेन निरूपितम् ऐतरेयोपनिषदि। आर्षं ज्ञानं शुद्धं ज्ञानं, थियरी ऑफ एवरीथिंग, थियरी ऑफ समथिंग, थियरी ऑफ समथिंग प्रपंचमेव केचन ज्ञानम् इति मन्यमानाः, तदेव हि परमम् इति मन्यमानाः भ्रान्ताः। भगवान् अतएव ज्ञानं त्रिधा विभज्य दर्शितवान्, सात्विकं राजसिकं तामसिकं चेत्। अत्र स्पष्ट प्रतिपत्तिः शास्त्रविदामपि अपेक्षिता। ये च तन्मतानुयायिनः भवन्ति कदाचित् अभिनिवेशवशात् सात्विक ज्ञानमार्गं परित्यज्य तर्कप्रधान खण्डनमार्गे अभिनिविष्टाः यदा भवन्ति तदानीं वयं सन्मार्गात् शास्त्रमार्गात् आस्तिक्यमार्गात् दूरं गच्छामः, प्रच्युताः भवेम। अतः तत् सात्विकं स्वरूपं ज्ञानं किम् इति ज्ञायते चेत् विशेषेण दर्शनीयतम वेदांत शास्त्रे वयं यथार्थतया एंट्री पास प्राप्नुमः। एंट्री पास। अतः भगवतः यद्वाक्यमस्ति अष्टादशे अध्याये श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतायां सर्वभूतेषु येनैकं भावमव्ययमीक्षते अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकम्। तत्र ज्ञानं का सा शक्तिः इति ज्ञायते। ज्ञानं केवलं युक्तिरपि भवितुमर्हति। तर्कप्राधान्ये, शुष्कतर्कप्राधान्ये, कुतर्कप्राधान्ये तु वयं वेदान्तमार्गिणः न भवेम। अणुरेणुतृणकाष्ठमार्गे एव सर्वदा भवामः। अतः एतत् सम्यक् ज्ञातव्यमस्ति। सर्वभूतेषु येन एकं भावम् अव्ययम् ईक्षते। सर्वत्र विद्यमानम् एकात्मरूपं यज्ञानं वन्नेस् इति भवद्भिः प्रयोगः कृतः। युक्तं तत्। एकात्मता प्रतिपत्तिः, एकात्मता प्रतिपत्तिः। अपि च अनेकमिदम् अस्ति इति वादिनः, पीलुवादिनः इति काणाराः वैशेषिकाः उच्यन्ते। सर्वं पीलु पीलु, न अणवः परमाणवः इत्यादि रूपेण ज्ञानं भवति। शास्त्रीय परिभाषायां घटपटादि ज्ञानम् इति। तत्र प्रत्यक्षादि प्रमाणैरलं, तत्र प्रामाण्य पारम्यस्य प्रवेशो नास्ति। अत्र तु ज्ञानं प्रामाण्य पारम्यं। पारम्यं प्राप्तुं सत्त्वगुणः अपेक्षितः। सत्त्वगुणः अपेक्षितः। ते सात्विकाः सर्वत्र एकं पश्यन्ति। तामसिकाः राजसाः किं कुर्वन्ति? ते एकस्मिन् अनेकं पश्यन्ति। विभक्तेषु अविभक्तं प्रविशति, अविभक्तं जानाति सात्विकः। विभक्ते एकस्मिन् विभक्तं पश्यति राजसः। अस्मिन् लोके वयं विज्ञानमार्गे तु तथा भवितुमर्हति। चर्मचक्षुषा तत्र परिशीलयामः। पिशन्नु चूषन् तत्रापि ते अणुस्तरं गत्वापि तत्र किमपि किमपि नामभिः वदन्तः, गॉड पार्टिकल इत्यादि। तथापि पर्यवसानं तु अणवेव, अणौ एव, परमाणौ एव। शास्त्रमार्गेपि नैयायिकादयः यद्यपि आस्तिकाः ईश्वरवादिनः, तथापि परिमितिरस्ति तेषां। तत्रैव theory of something मध्ये एव स्थिताः। theory of everything किम्? एतद् विषये तौलनिक अध्ययनं बहुभिः क्रियमाणमस्ति। अहं तत् प्रेरितः अखिल विश्वस्तरीय संस्कृत सम्मेलनं मेलबोर्न मध्ये, ऑस्ट्रेलिया 2000 1994 इमं विषयं प्रस्तुतवान् सभायां कथं वेदान्तमार्गीय एकात्मता प्रतिपत्तिं सम्प्रतिपत्तिम् अन्येपि वैज्ञानिकाः अपि किञ्चित् आभासरूपेण ज्ञातवन्तः सत्यम् आत्यन्तिकं तदेव इत्यपि साभिमानं वैज्ञानिकाः वदन्ति इति अहो भाग्यम् इत्थञ्च सर्वभूतेषु येन एकं भावम् अव्ययम् ईक्षते यदि विभक्तं पश्यति शास्त्रतः तर्कतः प्रतिपादयन्ति शास्त्रविदः तर्कताण्डवमेव दर्शयन्ति किन्तु तत् विज्ञानं भवितुं विज्ञानमार्गे तु त्रिपुटी भवति सम्पुटीकरणं न भवति द्विकोटिकं बहुकोटिकं नानाकोटिकं तत् ज्ञानं किन्तु किं करणीयं मार्गे भवितुमर्हति असत्ये वर्त्मनि स्थित्वा तथा सत्यं सत्यान्वेषण काले आरंभे भवेत् विभक्तत्व प्रतिपत्तिः अन्तेपि सिद्धांत रूपेण एव तत्रैव पर्यवसानं नैयायिकानां यथा मतं जीवात्मा परमात्मा चेति जीवात्मा परमात्मा चेति 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 इति जपं कुर्वन्तः एव भवन्ति तत्र सैद्धान्तिक निष्कर्षं प्रति न गच्छन्ति निगमनम् इति उच्यते शास्त्रीय परिभाषा अतः अद्वैत वेदांत प्रक्रियायां शांकर मार्गे आद्य शांकर मार्गे परमं किं तत् ब्रह्मविदाप्नोति परम यथा उपन्यस्तं संयोजकैः ज्येष्ठैः उपासनतः द्वैतलयो भवेत् ध्येयं तद्भिन्नम् अहं ध्याता भावः आरम्भे स्यात् किन्तु काले गच्छति यथा यथा अंतःकरणं शुद्धं सः ध्येयैक वस्तुनि एकात्मतां गच्छेत् तदेव हि उक्तं पतञ्जलिनापि तदेव हि उक्तं स्पष्ट प्रतिपत्तिः भवति स्वरूपलयः इत्येव वदति स्वरूपशून्यमेव समाधिः इत्याह पतञ्जलिरपि अतः ध्याता आत्मानं ध्येये आस्नेन प्रवेशयति एवञ्च तत्र त्रिपुटीलयः ध्याता ध्येयं ध्यानम् अतः दिस ड्युअलिटी ट्रिनिटी फ्रायल्टी इत्यादि बहुकोटिक अनेक कोटिक संशयलोके एव वयं यदि भवामः वयं अन्तं न यास्यामः इति तु स्पष्टं वक्तव्यमत्र अतः युक्तिरूपेण एव ज्ञानस्य विषये कॉग्निटिव क्लैरिटी विषये भगवता स्पष्टमुक्तम् सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म इति तैत्तिरीय वाक्यस्य निरूपणावसरेऽपि विस्तृतं भाष्यमुपलभ्यते तैत्तिरीय भाष्यम् अन्यत्र बहुत्र ब्रह्मसूत्र भाष्ये ज्ञानस्य सात्विकं स्वरूपं यदस्ति तत्रैव वेदांत तात्पर्यम् इति निश्चप्रजं श्रुति युक्ति अनुभूतिभिः प्राह आद्य शंकरः। साधकाः एतत् स्पष्टतया जानीयुः। तदानीं तत्र अभिनिवेशो न भवति। मार्गे सत्यस्य साक्षात्कार मार्गे स्थूलरूपेण ग्रहणं भवति, तत्र अणुरेणु पारम्यं भवितुमर्हति। यदा यदा यथा यथा मनःशुद्धिः तदानीं परमात्मनः परमार्थपरिज्ञानं यद्भवति तत्र थियरी आफ् एव्रिथिंग भवति। तज्ज्ञानं यदस्ति तदेव सर्वश्रेष्ठ। अतः वृत्तिरूपं विज्ञानं तथैव च तदवच्छिन्न वृत्तिप्रतिबिम्ब चैतन्यरूपं विज्ञानं स्वरूपज्ञानम् इति यत् निगद्यते तादृशं ज्ञानमेव क्लैमैक्स् ऑफ कॉग्निटिव क्लैरिटी, ज्ञान प्रामाण्यस्य पारम्यावस्था। यत्र न कंचन कामं कामयते न कंचन स्वप्नं पश्यति इत्यादि वाक्यानि सन्ति सुषुप्ति विषये। किन्तु यदा सः तत्र पारमेष्ठ्यं प्राप्नोति न अन्तःप्रज्ञं न बहिःप्रज्ञं नोभयतः प्रज्ञं न प्रज्ञं नाप्रज्ञं शान्तं शिवम् अद्वैतं आत्मा सविज्ञेयः इति माण्डूक्योपनिषत्। तत्र ज्ञानम्। अत एव गौडपादाचार्यः उक्तवान् मनोलयः अभयस्थानम् इति तदेव हि उच्यते। सैव योगः इत्याह। मानसस्थितिमतीत्य मनोलयानन्तरम् आत्मैकत्वपरिज्ञानं यत् भवति यन्मनसा न मनुते येन आहुर्मनोमतं तदेव ब्रह्मत्वं विद्धि नेदं यदमुपासते। तां स्थितिं गच्छति खलु। That is the climax of cognitive clarity. अतः वेदान्तः इत्थं वैज्ञानिक भाषया एव प्रतिपादनीयः। वेदांत परिभाषया यथा तथा वैज्ञानिक परिभाषया अपि वेदांत प्रतिपादनीयः। येन च ये आधुनिक विज्ञान लोके सन्ति तेपि चकिताः भवन्ति, प्रभाविताः भवन्ति। यदि प्रभाविताः ततः परं वेदांत मार्गे ते प्रेरिताः च भवन्ति। अतएव भगवान् भगवद्गीतायां प्रवृत्तिञ्च निवृत्तिञ्च कार्याकार्ये भयाभये बन्धं मोक्षञ्च या वेत्ति बुद्धिः सा अर्थ सात्विकीति सात्विक बुद्धेः स्वरूपमपि आह। तादृशस्थितिं गतोऽपि गतः यः सः बुद्धियोगमनुतिष्ठति। बुद्धियोगमुपाश्रित्य मच्चित्तः सततं भव गीतावचनम्। यत्र च एतादृश वचनानां परिशीलनेन संशयस्पन्दोऽपि नावशिष्यते तदर्थं मनः सज्जीकरणीयं, बुद्धिः प्रक्षालनीया, द्वैत अभिनिवेशः निवारणीयः। मुख्यं कारणं तु अज्ञानादि क्लेशाः। अविद्या अस्मिता राग द्वेष अभिनिवेशा क्लेशाः अस्मान् दूरं नयन्ति सन्मार्गात् वेदान्तमार्गात्। वेदान्तः इति यदि उच्यते तत्र एकात्मता परिज्ञानमेव। द्वैतमेव सत्यं जीवात्मा परमात्मा चेति भेदादिति साग्रहं सयुक्ति वयं प्रतिपादयामः। तर्कस्य ताण्डवमेव आनयामः। नहीं, दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यताम् श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम्। श्रुति युक्ति अनुभूतिभिः, अनुभूति स्तरे तो श्रुतिमपि अतीत्य गच्छति साधकः। आनुभविक स्तरे कथं द्वैत भावः स्यात्। अतएव सूत्रमस्ति, वैज्ञानिक सूत्रं तदस्ति, यत्र ज्ञानं परां काष्ठां गच्छेत् तत्र त्रिपुटी न भवति। तत्र तदेव भवन् तत् जानाति, तत् जानन तदेव भवति, तदेव स्वारस्यम्। तत् स्थानापन्नः भवति। शिशोः भावः कः इति माता जानाति। कथं जानाति? यदि माता ज्येष्ठा शिक्षिता कुत्रचित् स्थानापन्ना माता नारी इति भावयति तर्हि शिशोः भावं न जानाति, आवश्यकतामपि न जानाति। अतः शिशुस्थानमेव गत्वा एवं रोदिति चेत् शिशुः क्षीरम् अपेक्षितम् इति माता केवलं जानाति। कारणं किं? माता स्वयं शिशुः। एवं व्यावहारिक अवस्थायामेव वात्सल्यादि उदात्त भावानां व्यवहार काले प्रकटने एव स्वयं अद्वितीयत्वम् एकात्मत्वं विभक्तेषु अविभक्तत्वम् अव्ययम् भावमीक्षते इति यथा उक्तं कृष्णेन तत्रैव अनुभूयते। व्यावहारिक अवस्थायामेव अनुभवस्य चरमावस्थायाम् ऐकात्म्यमेव। तथा सति भगवता सह यदा वयम् एकात्मतां भजेमहि तर्हि कथं स्यात्? तत्रापि वयं पृथग्भूताः। नारायणः नारायण एव, अहं केवलं नरः। कथं केवलं नरः भवति? यतो हि नरः तादृश औन्नत्यं प्राप्नोति खलु। तदेव भवन् तज्जानाति। अतः भगवान् परमात्मानं ज्ञातुमपि स्वयं सः सच्चिदानन्दरूप एव भवेत्, न तु मायाविलासकल्पितः भवेत्। मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पित महाव्यामोह संहारो भवेत्। तत्र यदि न संहरति मायाजालम् अणुरेव सत्यम् इति साहंकारं साधयति युक्तिभिः चेत् सत्य साक्षात्कारं न भवति। इत्येतत् शास्त्रविद्भिरपि ज्ञातम्। नाना मत संप्रदाये विभक्ताः जनाः ज्ञानीयुः। स्वयं भगवता बादरायणेनापि सम्यगेव उक्तम्। चिति तन्मात्रेण तदात्मकत्वादित्य औडुलोमिः इति औडुलोमेः मतमस्ति। भाष्णाजिनिः इति कश्चन ऋषिः, औडुलोमिः इति बादरिः इति बादरायणस्तु अस्त्येव, जैमिनिरपि अस्त्येव। सप्तानां ऋषीणां विचारं प्रस्तुत्य स्वयं ब्रह्मसूत्रेषु स्वयं ब्रह्मणा एव तत्र पारम्यं गच्छति। अतएव अनन्याधिपतिः अनन्याधिपतिर्भवति मोक्षावस्थायां जीवः नरः इत्युक्तौ अद्भुतमिदं सूत्रस्थं पदमिदं वैयासिक ब्रह्मसूत्रीयं पदम्। अन्यः अधिपतिर्न भवितुमर्हति। अन्यः अधिपतिः परमात्मा स्वयं मम अधिपतिः, अहं दासः। उत्तमं, कदा उत्तमं? यावत्पर्यन्तं भक्तिभावे एव रमते, किन्तु तस्यावस्थायाः काचन सीमा वर्तते। यथा यथा शुद्धं मनः तामवस्थाम् अतीत्य गच्छति, अनन्याधिपतिर्भवति। तेन कारणेन परमात्मनः केवलं सः अंशोऽपि न स्वयं परमात्मा। अतः एतादृश सत्यम् अस्माभिः सम्यक् आलोडनीयम्। Becoming one with that, he knows that. भवन जानति, जानन् भवति। यथा यथा जानाति तदेव भवति। तत्र एकात्मतां भजते। छात्राः पश्यन्तु, पठन्ति। यथा यथा पठन्तः सम्यक् तात्पर्यग्रहणं कुर्वन्तः अग्रे गच्छन्ति, तादृश विषये तथा एकात्मताम् अनुभवन्ति। पिपासां श्रुतिपीडां सर्वं विस्मरन्ति, सर्वं विस्मरन्ति। संगीतकाराः स्वयम् अहं दृष्टवान्। कुत्रचित् रागेषु ते एकीभूताः, हंसध्वनिरागे तदालापे एकीभूताः आत्मानं विस्मरन्ति। मनसः तीव्रावस्थायां पादे आहतिरस्ति, रक्तं स्रवति चेदपि कश्चन धावति धावति चिकित्सादीय रक्षणं करणीयं, शीघ्रमेव चिकित्सार्थम् अहं प्रेतिष्ये इति तीव्ररूपेण धावन् धावन् किमपि न जानाति। एतादृश एकात्मतावस्था व्यवहारकाले एव स्वयं विस्मरति आत्मानं। अहम् एतादृश नामरूपयुक्तः, एतादृश पदे विराजमानः, उन्नतपदे अहम् अधिकारी, सा भाव एव न भवति। अर्थात् तत्र सर्वात्मना द्वैतलयः भवति। अतएव इदं सूत्रं यदस्ति तद्भवन्नेव तज्जानाति, तज्जानन् तद्भवति। सा बुद्धेः पराकाष्ठा, बुद्धिशुद्धतायाः पराकाष्ठा। ट्रांसडिसिप्लिनरी स्टडी इति आधुनिकयुगे उच्यते। इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी, मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी इत्यादि शब्दाः सन्ति खलु। तदतीत्य गच्छेत् ज्ञानं प्राप्तं, व्यावहारिकज्ञानं प्राप्तुमपि। यस्यां कस्याञ्चित् शाखायां, विज्ञानशाखायां वा छात्रः तदानीं ज्ञानपारम्यं प्राप्नोति यदा सः ट्रांसडिसिप्लिनरी स्टेजस् गच्छति। तत्र एवमेव भवति। तस्य मेकानिजम् इदं तदेव भवति। सम्यक् तज्जानाति सम्यक् जानाति एव तदानीं तत्र लय एव कस्य लयः त्रिपुटी लयः ज्ञेयं तत् अहं ज्ञाता एतयोर्मध्ये भेदः अस्ति इति ज्ञानमेव न उत्पद्यते यच्च ज्ञेयम् अहं तत्स्वरूपः ज्ञाता अस्मि इति भावयति तर्हि ज्ञानं तज्ज्ञानं विद्धि सात्विकम् अविभक्तं विभक्तेषु अतः मम अत्र विशेष संप्रतिपत्तिर्नाम काले गच्छति सति एतादृश अणु रेणु तृण काष्ठादि लोके रममाणाः आधुनिक वैज्ञानिकाः अपि आत्मनः द्वितीयत्वं विभक्तेषु अविभक्तत्वं व्यययुक्त पदार्थेषु अव्ययं भावयन्तः वेदांत मार्गगामिनः जाताः वेदांत विज्ञान सुनिश्चितार्थाः संभवन्ति बहून् दृष्टवान् अहम् युक्तेश्वरगिरि इति महात्मभिः होली साइंस इति एकं पुस्तकं लिखितम् महान्तः साधकाः हिमालयीय साधकाः ते होली साइंस इति अन्ये च केचन ये फिजिक्स सम्यक् अधीत्य वेदांत मार्गम् आगताः वैक्यूम बॉम्ब इति पुस्तकम् एके महान्तः विज्ञानिनः ज्ञानिनः वेदान्तिनः ते लिखितवन्तः कुत्रापि तत् न प्रकाशितं प्राकाश्यं नास्ति तस्य ग्रन्थस्य तस्य केवलम् अमुद्रितभागः ज्ञातः भागः प्राप्तः तत्र स्वयं भौतविज्ञानमेव उपयुज्य ते महात्मानः योगिनः वेदान्तं साधयन्ति आकाशतत्त्वम् इति यदस्ति विज्ञाने अन्ते तत् अभौतिक आकाशः तादृश आकाशः स्वयं योगवासिष्ठेपि स एव विषयः अस्ति अतः ज्ञानस्य परमागतिः इयम् आधुनिक युगे ट्रांसडिसिप्लिनरी रूपेण वेदान्तं प्रत्येव वैज्ञानिकाः आगताः शिक्षाविदः आगताः सर्वेषां न केवलं दार्शनिकशास्त्राणामपि तत्रैव विरामः इति वदन्ति स्वयं कुमारलभट्टः इत्याह नास्तिक्य निराकरिष्णुः इति श्लोकं विरचयन् वेदान्तनिषेवणेनैव कर्मणः विषयेऽपि यथार्थज्ञानम् उत्पद्यते इत्याह आरम्भदयायां कर्ममार्गः उपासनामार्गः ज्ञानमार्गः इति मार्गाः भवन्ति किन्तु सर्वेषां मार्गाणाम् एकत्रैव अन्वयः all roads leading to the same destination इति प्रमाणितमिदानीं तादृश सुवर्णक्षणे वयं स्मः इदानीम् आधुनिकयुगे सः कालः मध्ययुगेन कालः अतीतः यत्र कोलाहलः चलति स्म तद्व्याजेन महान्तः अगणिताः वादग्रन्थाः निर्मिताः नानाशास्त्र अनुयायिभिः मतानुयायिभिः महान् कोलाहलोऽपि जातः शोभनं नास्ति तत् किन्तु आधुनिकयुगे अस्मिन् ऐकात्म्यम् अपि च तत्र इंटिग्रेटेड नॉलेज मेडिसिन मध्ये इंटिग्रेशन भवेत् इंटिग्रेटिव मेडिसिन भवेत् इत्यपि वदन्तः सन्ति अतः वेदांत तत्त्वमेव अवलम्ब्य आधुनिक शास्त्राणां व्याख्यानं करणीयम् इंटिग्रल ह्यूमनिज्म इति एकं शब्दं प्रयुक्तवान् कश्चन राजकीय चिन्तक आर्थिक चिंतनम, राजकीय चिंतनम, कौटुंबिक चिंतनम, पारिवारिक चिंतनम, रसायन भौत जैविक विज्ञान दर्शनादिकं यच्च वर्तते अतएव उपनिषद्देव पदचतुष्टयं संज्ञानम् आज्ञानं विज्ञानं प्रज्ञानं सर्वत्र शाखासु यच्च विद्यते सर्वेषां नाना प्रकाराणां ज्ञानानाम् अंतिम अवसान भूमिः महातात्पर्यम् एकात्म ज्ञाने यच्च भगवानेन उक्तम्। अतः अनुष्ठान वेदान्तः इत्यपि शब्दः आधुनिक वेदान्तिभिरुक्तः विशेषेण विवेकानन्देन, स्वामी विवेकानन्देन। प्रैक्टिकल वेदांत तदुक्त्वा अहं समापयामि। सः कालः केवलं वेदांत विषये वयं वाक्यार्थं कुर्मः, खण्डनं मण्डनं कुर्मः, एवं बौद्धिक व्यायामस्य कालः अतीतः। अयञ्च कालः विद्यते अस्मिन् वेदान्तो नाम अनुष्ठानमार्गः, जीवनमार्गः, व्यवहारमार्गः। यदि वेदान्तः व्यवहारमार्गे आगच्छति तर्हि सः he becomes the best crisis manager, the best yogi, the best grahastha, high quality, competent, committed, creative student. सर्वं भवितुमपि अयमेव विचारः एकात्मता ज्ञानम् अत्यन्तम् आवश्यकम्। अतएव अन्ते उपसंहारक काले वदामि क्षमार्थं सर्वशास्त्राणि कथितानि महर्षिभिः स एव सर्वशास्त्रज्ञः यस्य शान्तं मनः। स एव सर्वशास्त्रज्ञः यस्य शान्तं मनः। क्षमार्थं सर्वशास्त्राणि स एव सर्वशास्त्रज्ञः यस्य शान्तं मनः। सः वेदान्तः व्यवहारिकमार्गे आगच्छेत्, शान्तिमार्गः आगच्छेत्। इदानीं जगति अशान्तिरधिका अस्ति, तन्निवारणार्थं वेदान्तः एव औषधं, महौषधं गणिष्या for all type of diseases and ailments. That is the real integrative medicine. That is what Vedanta is. तादृश काले वयं स्मः, तादृश नव सूर्योदयः जातः, अग्रे यास्यामः वेदान्तमार्गे। ओम स्वस्ति। सर्वे अभिनंदनीयाः।
Thank you, Acharya, for such a wonderful, such a fantastic and illuminating talk, and for sharing your deep insights on such a very nuanced, very special topic. Thank you very much, Acharya. Now I request Dr. Nagaraj Paturiji to give a English summary of the same.
In fact, Acharya's talk in Sanskrit was so lucid, so communicative already to an English audience also, that in fact English summary or English translation is just a formality. He was already using a big amount of English words and connecting it to the contemporary knowledge systems already. But still, I would like to, for the clarity of certain ideas that he was trying to communicate, I would like to give a brief summary. His main message was that Vedanta has to be communicated in the language of science today. The communicating Vedanta in a traditional Vedantic jargon, that time is gone. Today is the time when we have to communicate Vedanta in the contemporary knowledge system way. And for that, the best way is to tell the contemporary world that Vedanta by proposing, Shankara by proposing that Sattvika Jnana is the ultimate result, has proposed to the world that cognitive clarity is the ultimate result. So if we can explain to them that what Vedanta gives you is in fact a cognitive clarity, then they would be able to follow it better. In the beginning, Acharya was mentioning different English words like knowledge, information, wisdom. And he was saying that there was already in English poetry itself, one famous English poet has distinguished between them. And he said that in the pursuit of information, knowledge is lost. In the pursuit of knowledge, wisdom is lost. That awareness already the English world has. And he exemplified Albert Einstein to show that the pursuance of science also realized that their pursuit also, for example, in the pursuit of theory of everything, ends in Upanishads only. At a certain point, Albert Einstein says that if you are interested in something that can be called a theory of everything, you have to resort to Upanishads of Hinduism only. So he was showing that those who are interested in molecules, atoms, and subatomic levels, and their constituted materials also, those who were interested in theory of this, theory of that, theory of something, realized that there has to be some theory of everything. And if that has to be a theory of everything, it has to be an unificational theory. And they realized that these theories, this knowledge has to be in the form of cognition by the observer. And observer, observed, and observation, this triad, they realized that gradually through their process only, through their physics process only, through their science process only, they gradually realized that this completely gets dissolved into one. And where does it dissolve? Does it dissolve into observation or observed? No. It can dissolve only in the observer, because the process of observation or the observed comes from the observer only. So it ends in the cognitive clarity of the observed only. That is the knowledge. And in the beginning, Acharya was mentioning that his proposal is that knowledge is power. And in our Shastras, there are many powers that are mentioned. Mantra power. Mantra is not our japa mantra. He was mentioning mantra as deliberations among friends to sort out a problem solution. Even that mantra is a power. But among all those powers, the power of knowledge is the best. And that power of knowledge in the form of cognitive clarity is the best because it helps you to integrate. It helps you to integrate yourself into yourself. And it helps you to realize that only you remain. Everything else goes. Towards the end of his talk, he was saying that this kind of everything else going and only the observer, the self remaining, is not just an upasana or a spiritual aspect. This is a vyavaharika thing also. Even in our daily life, even in our worldly life, we are able to see that a student who gets interest in his subject matter gets absorbed into the subject matter so much that I noticed them losing their hunger also, forgetting their hunger, forgetting their own worldly interests. They get absorbed into the subject so much. And I have observed musicians get absorbed into music so much. For example, in a Hamsadvani Raga or something like that, they get absorbed so much, they forget everything else. So this forgetting everything else and remaining as experiencer of what he is experiencing, what he is approaching, when it is there in the worldly things like music pursuit or study pursuit in a college or something like that, how doesn't it happen in a field like spiritual practice where your pursuit itself is about cognition? So you are pursuing cognition itself through cognition. So obviously cognition remains. That is cognitive clarity. And once we communicate to the contemporary science world that Vedanta is not something that is in the sky, it is actually a pursuit of cognition itself. And when we tell them that Vedanta is helping you to get a cognitive clarity of cognition itself, then it is helping you to remain as yourself, as your existence. Sattvika comes from sattva, satta, existence. So it remains what you remain there. So that knowledge uh, of knowledge is what makes you to remain as one. And that oneness. The name of this festival itself is oneness. Acharya has been using the word ekatmata in the sense of this oneness. And he was saying that contemporary world is also moving in that direction. In the name of, say, transdisciplinarity, multidisciplinarity, interdisciplinarity, integrated medicine, integrated this, integrated that, world is already in the form of contemporary knowledge pursuit also, it is moving towards integration. And one thinker from India, he did not mention the name, but it is Deen Dayal Upadhyaya ji. He proposed integral humanism as a political philosophy. It can be used as an economic philosophy also. So that integral humanism is a contemporary idea. So the whole world is moving in the direction of integral thinking, integration, integral medicine. Everything is moving towards integration. This is a wonderful world. This is the present situation is golden situation. The days of that kolahala during the time of Shankara, when there were different vadas and vivadas and the fights and quarrels among them, that was not beautiful. And this vakyartha, debating and all that, that is not useful. We have to ultimately end, as Swami Vivekananda has suggested to us, we have to end in realizing that Vedanta is actually practical. He used the word practical Vedanta. So we have to realize that it is a something to be put into practice and something to be communicated as a science of integration in integrality, which helps us what gets integrated, what remains as one Eka Atma is ourselves. This has to be realized, and that is the essence. So with his final words, he was saying that Vedanta is all knowledge pursuit is a pacificatory instrument, and all knowledge, all pursuits gets pacified only uh, when you pursue Vedanta. So that peace and pacification, shama, shanta, uh, is the end of all the Vedantic pursuit, all the sadhana, all the practical wisdom. With those words, he ended the talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagaraji, for a very comprehensive but concise summary. Thank you very much for beautifully capturing what Acharya had communicated in English. Thank you very much, Nagaraji. And thank you again, Acharya, for taking time and sharing with us such a enlightening message, such a very timely, relevant message, how Vedanta is in a sense solution to lot of contemporary problems, a lot of contemporary issues, and Vedanta is the way to go forward. And hence, there is a need to communicate in contemporary jargon. Thank you very much. As we come to a conclusion of this wonderful, wonderful festival, I must take this opportunity to thank all those who made this possible. I have personally experienced how the last 30 days has been a fantastic satsanga to all of us, to have had this opportunity to immerse ourselves into the life and teachings of such a great teacher such as Shankaracharya Bhagavadpada is a great bhagyam. It's a great bhagyam in itself. We have had around 50 sages, scholars, and seekers who presented on Bhagavadpadacharya's works and his teachings, his philosophy, and on Vedanta in general as part of this festival. And all of us have deeply benefited from this. My Sashtanga Pranamas to all the Acharyas, to all the speakers, to all the Swamijis, all the scholars, seekers, everybody who made this satsanga possible. I am also very thankful to my mentor, Sri Harikaran Vadlamani ji, who is the founder of Indica, whose vision and commitment to Advaita and Bhagavadpadacharya has made this entire initiative possible. I am very deeply grateful to all my senior colleagues and friends, Dr. Nagaraj Paturi ji, Sri Sanjeev Shelgikar ji, Sri Ravishankar Garu, Anuradha ji, Soumya ji, Kanchan ji, Vijay Lakshmi Akka, Aparna ji, and my colleagues Srinivas Vade, Kotiri Ramprasad, and our social media team, design team, all of them, all of whom very proactively contributed for the success of this festival. I am, of course, very deeply thankful to all the attendees who participated in this celebration of the great master, who participated in this great immersive satsanga. And last but not the least, I am deeply grateful to Ishvara and the Guru Parampara, without whose anugraham this event would not have taken shape, this very thought would not have occurred to any of us organizers at all. So, with this note, let me conclude this year's festival, and we will meet again next year on Shankaracharya Jayanti. Let me conclude with a small prayer. Shrutismritipurananam alayam karunalayam namami Bhagavadpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shri Gurubhyo Namaha